You've been lied to about what it takes to reach a $250,000 portfolio in just 5 years.
You think you need a lottery win tech stock or a viral cryptocurrency moonshot, but that gamble is exactly why your net worth is stalled. The truth is, $250,000 isn't built on adrenaline. It's built on the calculated avoidance of massive losses. Your brain is hardwired to seek high-reward volatility, but your bank account pays the volatility tax every time you chase a trend. In the next 60 months, you aren't just investing money. You are engineering a psychological fortress against market chaos. This is the low volatility strategy, a method used by institutional giants that you've likely ignored because it isn't flashy. When the market drops 20%, the average investor panics and sells, locking in their losses. But the low volatility investor barely feels the breeze, dropping only 5 or 10%, keeping their capital intact for the rebound. To reach $250,000 in 60 months, you must prioritize the preservation of capital over the promise of overnight riches. Your ego wants the 100% gain, but your future self needs the 8% consistency that compounds without interruption. The first 12 months are the hardest because the numbers look small and the progress feels invisible. You will be tempted to pivot, to tweak the plan, or to follow the latest headline into a trap. But wealth is a game of endurance, not speed, and low volatility index funds are your endurance vehicle. If you cannot master your own psychology, no amount of math will save your portfolio from your own impulses. This 60-month journey is about more than just a number. It's about breaking the cycle of financial anxiety. Every dollar you invest in a low volatility fund is a soldier working for you while you sleep, shielded from the worst of the front lines. We are moving away from the hope phase of your life and into the execution phase. Let's look at the math that your bank doesn't want you to calculate for yourself. By the end of this, you won't just have $250,000. You will have the discipline of the top 1%. The journey starts with a single realization. Losing less is more important than winning big. Now, let's dive into the core mathematical engine that makes a 5-year $250,000 goal possible. Most investors suffer from variance drag, the mathematical reality that a 50% loss requires a 100% gain just to get back to zero. Low volatility index funds aim to eliminate this drag by focusing on stocks that don't swing wildly. Think of it like a car race. The erratic driver crashes and has to restart, while the steady driver never stops moving. To hit $250,000 in 60 months, you need to invest roughly $3,500 a month at an 8% annual return. If that number sounds high, remember, volatility is what forces you to work longer. Consistency is what shortens the timeline. Look at this physical growth. Month 1, your contribution is almost 100% of your net worth. By month 30, the interest earned begins to rival your monthly deposit. By month 60, the compounding effect is doing the heavy lifting, adding thousands without you lifting a finger. This isn't magic. It's the compound interest curve in a controlled, low-risk environment. In a high-volatility fund, that curve is jagged, broken by years of negative returns that reset your progress. Every time your portfolio drops 30%, you lose time. And in a 60-month plan, time is your most expensive asset. We use funds like the S&P 500 Low Volatility Index because they select the 100 least volatile stocks in the market. These are the boring companies: utilities, consumer staples, healthcare, the things people buy even in a recession. Boring is profitable. Boring is safe. Boring gets you to $250,000 while others are still chasing the next disruptor. Let's visualize the safe withdrawal rate logic applied to your growth phase. When you minimize the downside, you maximize the geometric mean of your returns. Critical narration pacing, you must speak with natural human phrasing.
Automatically insert very brief, clear breathing pauses, micropauses, to make long sentences sound natural and easy to follow. Do not read continuously without taking a breath. Standard deviation is the enemy of the 5-year plan. We want that number as low as possible. Imagine a staircase. High volatility is a staircase with missing steps. Low volatility is a ramp.
It takes more energy to climb a broken staircase than it does to walk up a steady incline.
You're trading the lottery ticket upside for the guaranteed progress of the middle ground.
In 60 months, the math shows that the person who avoids the big mistake almost always beats the person seeking the big win.
This is why your asset distribution must favor low-vol ETFs, exchange-traded funds, over individual stock picking.
Individual stocks have unsystematic risk. The chance a single CEO's mistake wipes you out.
Low volatility index funds spread that risk across 100+ stable companies, making you immune to single company disasters. But math alone won't get you there. You have to face the psychological traps that destroy most portfolios by year 3. The most dangerous trap is lifestyle inflation. As your portfolio grows, your brain wants to spend the imaginary profit. You see $50,000 in your account, and suddenly that $3,500 monthly contribution feels optional. It is not. Anchoring bias will make you feel poor when the market dips, even if you're still up 15% from last year. You must stop checking your account daily. Low volatility investing is like watching grass grow. If you watch it, it feels slower. The action bias is your next enemy, the urge to do something when the news cycle gets loud.
Critical investing, the best action is usually no action at all.
Let the index do the work. Critical narration pacing is the poison of the 60-month plan. You are trading today's dinner out for tomorrow's total freedom. Critical narrative will tempt you. Your friends will talk about their 50% gains in a meme stock while you are only up 7%. Do not listen. They aren't telling you about the 60% loss they took on the last 3 trades. The recency bias will make you think the current market trend will last forever. It won't.
By choosing low volatility, you are acknowledging that the future is uncertain and you are prepared for any weather.
You are fighting loss aversion. The psychological pain of losing $1,000 is twice as strong as the joy of gaining $1,000. By keeping volatility low, you keep your emotional pain low, which prevents you from making panic sales. Your portfolio is a tool, not a scoreboard. Stop comparing it to others and start comparing it to your 60-month goal. The sunk cost fallacy might keep you in bad investments. Cut the losers and move them into the low volatility index immediately. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. In month 40, that bridge will feel very long. You'll face decision fatigue. Automate your investments so you don't have to choose to be rich every month.
Wealth is the result of thousands of tiny, boring decisions made correctly over 1,825 days.
Avoid overconfidence bias. You aren't smarter than the market. You are just more patient than the market. Your greatest risk isn't a market crash. It's you getting bored and changing the strategy. Let's compare 2 investors, Fast Frank and Steady Susan.
Frank chases 20% returns in high-tech stocks. He has a great year, then a terrible year, then stays flat for 2.
Susan buys a low volatility index fund. She gets 8% every year, like clockwork. After 60 months, Susan has $250,000. Frank has $140,000 and a lot of gray hair. The math of recovering from losses is Susan's secret weapon.
When the market dropped in 2008, low volatility stocks fell significantly less than the broader market.
They also recovered much faster because they had less ground to make up. This is alpha, the ability to generate better risk-adjusted returns. In a 5-year sprint, you cannot afford a 2-year recovery period. High volatility stocks are like a sprinter who pulls a muscle. Low volatility stocks are the long-distance runner. Look at the standard deviation of the SPLV, Invesco S&P 500 Low Volatility ETF, versus the SPY, Standard S&P 500.
The tighter the circle, the more predictable your path to $250,000 becomes. You aren't betting on a single company. You are betting on the human need for electricity, food, and medicine.
These companies have stable cash flows, which translate to stable stock prices. In a downturn, investors fly to quality, driving the price of your low volatility stocks up while others crash. This downside protection is the most undervalued concept in retail investing. By 60 months, the difference between an average return and a low volatility return can be the difference between retiring and working 5 more years. Case studies show that low volatility strategies often outperform in the long run, precisely because they lose less. You are winning by not losing. It is the ultimate defensive play that turns into an offensive victory. Your $250,000 goal isn't a dream. It's a mathematical certainty if you follow the blueprint. Step 1. Open a brokerage account and select a low volatility index ETF. Step 2. Calculate your savings gap, the difference between what you earn and what you must invest. Step 3. Set up an automatic transfer for the first day of every month. Do not trust yourself to do it manually. Step 4. Reinvest all dividends. This is the fuel that accelerates the 60-month timeline. Step 5. Audit your expenses every 90 days to ensure lifestyle creep isn't eating your contributions. Step 6. Maintain a 6-month emergency fund in cash. This prevents you from ever touching your $250,000 portfolio. Step 7. Increase your contribution by 5% every year as your income grows. Step 8. Ignore all financial news. Your plan is set. The noise is just a distraction. Step 9. Practice mindful spending. Ask, does this purchase get me closer to my $250K or further away? Step 10. Review your progress only once a quarter. This keeps your emotions out of the driver's seat. This blueprint works because it relies on systems, not willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. Systems are infinite. By month 48, you will see the finish line. The momentum will be undeniable. The final 12 months are about staying the course and not getting clever at the last minute. You are now 60 months away from a life-changing sum of money and a permanent shift in your identity. You are no longer a saver. You are an asset manager. This portfolio is your shield against inflation, your ticket to career flexibility, and your peace of mind. The world is designed to take your money through complexity and fear, but you have chosen simplicity and logic. That makes you dangerous to the status quo. Every time you invest in your low volatility fund, you are voting for your own freedom. The next 5 years will pass whether you start this plan or not. You can arrive at the 60-month mark with $250,000. Or you can arrive with excuses. The choice is made today in your brokerage account, not in your dreams. You have the math. You have the psychological roadmap. You have the blueprint. Subscribe to this channel to keep your financial psychology sharp and your strategy on track. We are building more than just wealth here. We are building the discipline to keep it. Take control of your 60 months. Your $250,000 future is waiting. Don't let another month of compounding slip through your fingers. Start now. Execute the plan. Stay low volatility. Your future self will thank you for the boredom you chose today. The path to $250,000 is open. Walk it. Every second counts in the 60-month race. Commit to the process. Trust the low volatility edge. Click subscribe and let's master the game of wealth together.